Smile. And try to hold it as long as you can. Try to hold it as long as you can. Just smile and be okay with everything and anything. Don't feel bad about your anger, your hatred, your ego. It's fine. Don't overthink things. Just live. Just live. Get on with it. Get on with it. Don't waste your time confusing yourself. Just get on with it. It's not going to be a smooth, perfect ride. Our bodies are freaking strong. You think aliens built the pyramids? No, it was done by thousands of human slaves. Well, maybe not slaves, but it was done by human beings, man. We're freaking strong. Look, what's happening right now has happened before. This spiritual awakening, that people are referring to. It's happened before. Hinduism, Buddhism, Egyptians, they went through their capitalistic, their greed, and then they went into the spiritual periods, and then collapsed again, and you had another rise of an empire trying out the ego and capitalism again, and then again Jesus and spirituality, and it's just going to happen in waves. Spirituality is not going to give you all the answers in life. Sooner or later, people are going to start realizing that, hey, meditating, trying to be aware and awaken. Look, people have done this before. It's nothing new. In the end, it has not led to anything other than a temporary break from the other way of doing things, which is the, more brutal, capitalistic, survival of evolution way. And there needs to be these two sides of the yin and the yang. This is what drives everything. So look, just do what you want to do. Embrace yourself. If you cannot give a shit, I salute you. I don't think you have to not give a shit. You have to give a shit these days. If I go out in my underwear, walk around fucking swearing at everybody, could wind up eventually in prison or a mental institution. It's gonna suck. So I have to give a shit a little bit. There's a lot of people out there saying don't give a shit. Do what you want to do. Just be smart. What's that? Oh, it's my microphone. Don't worry. I think that smiling is a really easy way to, even if you're not in the mood for it, if you just go, do the biggest smile you can, and then try to hold it without flinching for as long as you can. It's even better if you can look at yourself in the mirror while you're doing it. I'm just sitting here and the sun is setting. And I realize that when you turn and face the sun, it's the brightness is just so bright, even when you close your eyes, that it's difficult to think of anything because you're just being flooded with light. Ah, it feels so good. I think really we have to stop overthinking things. We really have to stop analyzing, stop. When you've reached a point where you have a good amount of knowledge, why do you have to keep reading and reading about spirituality and meditating? And I mean, I'm so sick of it. I think I know enough now. Really, like, all you need to know is, I was watching an Eckhart Tolle video yesterday, and he said, all you need to know is to listen to silence. To be able to notice the silence. And he said that if there's one teaching out of all the books and all the teachings and all the seminars and retreats and everything that you'll learn, it's to just pay attention to the silence. I mean, do you really need a PhD to know that? To teach that? No, you don't. So these guys have a huge industry going on. Look, this is something that artists know, musicians know, millions of people already know without having learned spirituality. Really, like, this whole spirituality quest and learning it can really mess you up in so many ways, make you more confused, put a lot more information into your mind, give you a lot more fuel for thinking. You don't need it. Trust your body. You know, I'm in Chiang Mai in Thailand. It's a really polluted city. It's beautiful, but I'm on my moped all the time, and I was realizing that, you know, I've got my short breathing going on, and I don't want to deep breathe because it's polluted. And I was just wondering, you know, my body is automatically taking shorter breaths so that perhaps it's saving 70% of my lungs, keeping it pure and, you know, keeping those cells untouched by the pollution so that I'm only using a small part of my lungs rather than damaging all of my lungs. It made me think that, you know, we have to just trust our bodies. Our bodies, you know, look, we're in an environment that creates anxiety, depression. Trying to, like, overcome that with mindfulness and spirituality, okay, it can help, but look, we're not in great environments. How about change your environment? How about move into the country? Yeah. Can't get a job there? Try to figure that out. You know? I don't think that there is supposed to be so many people on this planet. There are, there's not supposed to be so many. And people like Eckhart Tolle and Mooji and all these spiritual teachers are just helping to keep all these numbers. We're like cattle. It's like trying to keep us all calm, you know, and okay. Well, maybe we're not supposed to be around. Maybe there's too many of us. Maybe a whole bunch of us are supposed to get depressed and commit suicide to control the numbers. You know, if we have come from this planet Earth, then perhaps we should trust that the reason we feel depressed and sad and suicidal is because there's some DNA in us that's come from this Earth, that it's like a fail-safe that, oh shit, if for some reason humans get greedy and start to learn how to farm and maintain their numbers and start to swarm all over this planet like fungus, there's going to be a fail-safe in there, so they all start committing suicide and get depressed and maybe stop reproducing, like so many people are. Not reproducing, staying single for longer in their age, divorcing early, finding it more difficult to find partners. Yeah, so Maybe Mr. Eckhart Tolle, maybe Mr. Mooji, maybe all these, spiritual people trying to teach everyone how to be calm and in peace. Maybe we're not supposed to be around. Maybe if someone makes me angry or makes someone else angry and they get punched in the face, they're supposed to get punched in the face so that they learn not to steal, not to lie, not to be a dick. And if by getting punched in the face they get angry and they come back and shoot the guy who punched them in the face, well, it's a lesson to the guy who punched them in the face. Don't be violent. Well, or don't punch that person in the face. Maybe nature, part of nature is for us to all kill and be killed and to express our anger and our hate. If someone does something to us that's unacceptable to us and we eliminate them for some reason, whether by socially outcasting them, physically hurting them in a way that they're disabled, perhaps they are not supposed to survive. Perhaps we are slowing down the whole evolution process by keeping everyone around, accepting everyone, being cool to everyone. Maybe it's not supposed to be that way. Maybe there's supposed to be far fewer of us around than there are. Look at the animal kingdom. I'm not saying that we're animals, but hey, we have a lot of similar things going on. You have the strongest male fights to get to the top. Then he gets to reproduce with all the women. Essentially, there's going to be an entire huge generation of children that are coming from the strongest man, the strongest male that's risen to the top and has gotten to reproduce with all the women in the all the females within his his group. Who's to say that's not supposed to be going on with us? Maybe Steve Jobs rose to the top using whatever his intellect or whatnot. He's supposed to perhaps be out there with tons of women, reproducing, making better human beings. But instead, it's not accepted by society to do that. I don't know. I guess the point of this video is just to say, look, you're already smart. If you're alive right now watching this, you are so smart that you are you have evolved. You're the product of evolution over God knows how long. You're freaking smart. Every single human being on this planet deserves so much respect. So much freaking respect for being a product of survival, adapted, withstood through intellect, physical ability. Look, we are all freaking incredible creatures. It's what we are. We're creatures. We're incredible creatures. Embrace it. Embrace it. If we're afraid of each other out there, have anxiety, have depression, it's for a reason. It's nothing to be ashamed of or to resist or try to fight. Allow it. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. No need to sit in a meditative spot for 5 hours and try to be aware of all this shit. Yeah, if it helps you, fine, do it. Some people don't need it. What's the point of it? Like to die happy? You're gonna die. All these spiritual teachers even say that, like, if you don't get all your shit done in this lifetime, you'll come back and do it in another lifetime. It's fine. Look, it's an industry. This whole spiritual thing is an industry. They're making a ton of money. So, true spirituality, you're not going to hear about it anywhere. It's going to happen privately. Yeah, I went through a breakup, and because of my depression and sadness and just being lost and confused, I encountered this spiritual industry. You know, it's an industry. You wind up becoming hooked on these teachers and their teachings, and they become your new buddies. They become like characters in a TV show that you get hooked onto. You are on your own, people. Get what you can while you can. Be good to yourself and each other. Why? Because it will help your survival if you are. Respect. Have respect. Respect each other. Don't be a dick. If you're a dick, people are going to know it. They're going to send you bad karma, bad vibes. They're going to exclude you from things. They're going to secretly have bad energy towards you. If you have issues, it's fine. Everybody has issues. Most people are hiding their issues, and it's just destroying them slowly. No one is perfect. Yeah, everyone's hiding perhaps their vulnerability, their imperfection. Perhaps we're all ashamed to show our truth to each other because of the way the world is. You show some weakness and boom, a train of people will come walking all over you. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. Why should they? In this world, they're trying to survive, look out for themselves. Is that going to change? Who knows if it's going to change or not? So many humans on this planet, like I said at the beginning. Maybe there's not supposed to be so many human beings on this earth. And if there is, well look, there is. What can we do about it? It's not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be a lot of people bumping into each other, pissing each other off. We got to learn somehow to calm ourselves down, be aware, and meditating, sports, whatever. You don't have to meditate. Do some jiu-jitsu instead. It's much more fun. Go punch someone in the face. Do some mixed martial arts. Go play guitar. Hit some drums. Do something creative. If you haven't got creative passion or anything, you just feel depressed and like you don't know what to do, fuck, it sucks. I've experienced it this year. Why? Because I was in a relationship with someone who had no creativity, no talents, and I got influenced by it. Or I should say I allowed myself to get influenced by that kind of lifestyle. All it was just eating, sex, doing stupid shit that anyone can do. If you're creative in any way, you're blessed. Enjoy it. Don't let anyone distract you. Dive into your creativity. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Maybe humans aren't supposed to be living so long. Our bodies, our egos, our minds are designed for 20, 30 years before we get eaten by a lion or a puma or killed by a snake or by disease or something. But everyone's being kept alive now. So there's going to be problems, right? But God bless all of us, if there is a God. Bless all of us for being alive and fighting and being so strong. And however you've made it through drugs, alcohol, whatever you have done to have made it to be alive right now, I salute and respect you. You're incredible. And no one knows whose way is going to be right yet. Perhaps one day some alien's going to come down and be like, all you meditating spiritual Buddhists failed the test. Boom, you're all dead. All the rest of you, well done, you did the right thing. Especially you, old man, waking up every morning, going to the pub at 9 in the morning and drinking all day long. You somehow figured it out. And now you get to fly on our spaceship. Nobody knows which way is going to be the right way. Even Eckhart told the Buddha, the only proof of successful existence, if you can even call it success, which why not, it is success, is if you're able to reproduce. In my books, and if you're going to give me the argument of there's a lot of stupid people who can reproduce, they're probably going to be the ones that are going to be the future of human beings. Maybe we don't need smart people. Maybe smart people are messing it up. Look, if you reproduce, you've passed it on to another generation. Well, there's a ton of smart people who are depressed and single and just probably suicidal or not going to reproduce, not going to have children. Tons! Look at who's reproducing and having fun. It's the poor people who don't have, maybe aren't as smart. I mean, I would consider them to be smarter. They're just doing their 9 to 5, work, coming home, spending time with their families, having picnics, having barbecues, just living their life, not overthinking shit. Look at most of the people that go on these spiritual retreats. I went on one just a month ago. Sorry to say, it's all affluent, mostly white people. Go do a YouTube search for Mooji video or Eckhart tool. Look at the crowds. It's rich white people. All right, all the poor people don't have time for this shit. They are doing their 9 to 5. They are providing for their families. Then they're spending their time best they can. Look at Buddha. He was a rich dude. Was he a prince? Buddhism comes from wealth. It's a way of thinking that has come from a wealthy family, a wealthy position in life. It's come from having everything, realizing everything doesn't make you happy. That's where Buddhism comes from. So you know what? If you are lucky enough to have come across this video, then just hope you can figure out a way to stop wasting your time and not worry about anything. Just get on with it. Get on with it. It's not going to be perfect. But it's better that you get on with it than trying to reach some state of enlightenment and waste 5 years half-assing getting on with it. Just get on with it. Trust your body and your mind. Your body and your mind is going to do everything for you. It's going to figure it all out. Okay? You just put yourself in the best environment you can. That's what you have to focus on. Put yourself in the best environment you can. Whether it's a job, a relationship, the food you eat, the air you breathe, the city you live in, the people you surround yourself with. That's all. The hobbies you do, whatever you do on the weekends, whatever you do in the mornings, at night, whatever TV shows you watch, movies you watch, that's all your environment. Just focus on your environment. And yes, I'm scratching my balls because it feels good. So look, all you have to do is focus on your environment, making it as pleasing. I don't like the word pleasing, but just, you know what I mean. Just try to get your environment to be as comfortable as it can be for what you want. And don't worry about the rest. Your body is amazing. Your mind is amazing. It's going to guide you. It's going to help you, okay? It's going to just adapt. Trust that all your body is doing is right. If you have short breaths, it's because your body is doing that for a reason. If you're depressed, your body is doing that for a reason. If you're anxious, if you're afraid of people, your body is doing that for a reason. Perhaps try to focus on changing your environment until those feelings go away. Let those feelings be a guide for the type of environment and type of activities and type of things you're supposed to be doing, and trust them. And maybe you're not supposed to be speaking to people. Maybe you're not supposed to be speaking to certain types of people. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing the job you're doing. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing the sports and weekend activities you're doing. Just whatever. Even if it's painful and you want to keep doing them, do them. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Go eat a double Whopper with cheese and put some onion rings in there and pour some barbecue sauce all over it. Get some of those awesome McDonald's French fries and some chicken nuggets too. Get a nice big bottle of ice cold Coke. Enjoy that shit. Enjoy it. Who cares if you're going to die of cancer? Seriously, who cares? Could get hit by a truck tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not saying do that shit every day, because that could make your life in other ways. It sucks to be a heavy person trying to climb some stairs, or you can't bend down and do some work. Just whatever, I believe in balance and listening to my feelings. That's it. If anyone out there at all has watched this, why not click a like? It would be nice for me to know that someone has heard it. And yes, if you have watched this and you've enjoyed how the sun has totally set, now it's completely setting. It's been kind of cool watching the background of the pink turning into blue to purple. Oh man, I tell you, it's too much information on this planet. Too many people just lost and not trying to figure out what to do and what not to do. And meanwhile, there's a lot of people who are just getting on with it. Just getting on with their lives, not overthinking things. And if you by any chance have come across this and are one of these people not knowing what's right, what's wrong, what to do, feel like you need some guidance, well, everything you are doing is fine. Everything you are about to do is fine. Everything you have done is amazing. Salute yourself for being alive in this crazy existence and having made it. You're the result of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. You're fucking strong, fucking impressive, creative, amazing being. Salute yourself. Do whatever you want. Go eat that double Whopper with cheese and onion rings in there. And then go have a Big Mac. Because a Big Mac's slightly different. They have that special sauce in there. It's pretty good. Apparently the Big Macs, they don't decompose. It's made out of something unusual. Fucking awesome. Go eat that. Put that in your body. Maybe they say you are what you eat, right? So maybe if you eat that, you'll become indestructible. You'll never decompose, right? Alright, that's my video. It's getting pretty dark in here. I'm going to go and do some music now, work on an album. I'm trying to work on Shell's album. It's my band that I'm in and I do, and this is going to be a third album, and I tell you they're getting more and more difficult as time passes, but you know what? That's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. It's the journey. So I think I've been pretty blurry for most of this video. Look, I'm doing a salute now. Good luck, human beings. Enjoy. I'll see you out there in the real world. Maybe.